Alright, hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Heroes of the Storm A to Z. My name, of course, is Conman. Today we are going to check out Tyrael, Warrior, back to Warriors. I don't know where to place Tyrael in the game currently. I never really got into his playstyle. I don't see a whole lot of him out there. I think at least in terms of popularity, he's kind of down there. You know, if he played effectively, he can be pretty disruptive. I think it's difficult to play him effectively based on his kit. I mean, that could just be me, but I don't see him around a whole lot. I don't think he'd be, you know, if I was making a tier list, he definitely would not be one of the top tier choices. He'd be kind of lower. There are a couple of reasons for this. I mean, first off, let's look at his trait. We'll go dive right into it. Let's look at his trait. Archangel's Wrath. Upon dying, you become invulnerable and explode for 1200 damage after 3.5 seconds. Let's show this off. Let's refresh words here. Let's just show this off, just so we can see what it looks like. I'll go eat some tower shots. They'll take me down pretty quickly. Art, this will help. Good job, buddy. Okay. There's this. I can move around while this happens, and then I explode. All right. I mean, like, let's just. It's a shitty talent. I'm sorry. I think it's the worst trait in the game. If you're doing a good job, if you're playing effectively, if you're winning fights, you're not going to die, which means you get 0 value from this trait. You're basically it's the fact. Your hope is that if you do happen to get killed, you're in the middle of people and you can chase somebody down and either pick them off or force them to scatter. But if you're staying alive, you're not getting any value from your trait. It's a crappy trait. It's really Blizzard reworked Tyrael a bit fairly recently, and they left the trait alone. And I was hoping that the trait would have been changed because it sucks. Yeah, that's all there is to it. So if you do happen to get killed, try and take somebody with you. Otherwise, let's look at his stat sheet and we'll look at the talents and abilities and all that fun stuff. He's got 5,000 health at level 20, excuse me. Some decent regen. 1.25 attacks per second. He's pretty quick there. He's got spell armor by default. So baseline 15% spell armor, so he'll take 15% less damage from abilities. So that can be nice. He doesn't have any, so what makes Tyrael tick? He doesn't have any hard CC. He doesn't have any CC, really. He can slow. He can give your team, you know, your allies, some speed with one of his abilities, and he can shield. He definitely has he's got some shielding abilities which can be useful in a team fight. But he's not he can be picked off. You know, if he gets CC'd, he can be in trouble. If his Q ability is on cooldown and he can't get away, he'll die in a hurry. You know, if you dive in and somebody dives your backline, you don't really have a way to get back. You gotta play him very weirdly. I don't know the best way to describe it. Let's take a look at his talents. Maybe it'll be more apparent what I'm talking about. So first off, we've got Q, Eldruin's Might. You deal 241 damage to enemies within a target area, and you slow them for 25% for 2.5 seconds. Looks something like that. Alright. Notice you got a cooldown here. I can teleport right where I was, and I will continue to slow enemies again. Well, I won't say continue, but I'll slow them again. So here's the thing. If you cast this, once you cast it, this teleport, unlimited range. There I am, hello. So, wherever you throw this to, if you immediately start running the other way, just for shits and giggles, as soon as, you know, you have a chance, alright, you'll teleport right back. So you can conceivably cover a lot of distance. So you can use this to dive in on an enemy, if you kind of go like that, and then you pull in. You can use this to get away, if you throw it in your backline and go like that. So there are a lot of mobility uses for Eldruin's Might.
Choose a talent.
Again, 12-second cooldown. So if you don't have this, you know, you could be in a bit of a trouble if you get focused on. You have no real mobility to get away. But you can use it to kind of dart around the battlefield. You throw that down, you slow some people. You come over here, you know, you smack some guys around, and then you port over, and so it gives you some mobility. You do get to kind of fly around a bit. Your W is your shield. Shield Tyrael for 766 damage, and nearby allies for 308 for 4 seconds. Kind of looks like this. You got a decent range on it. Last 4 seconds, so it's not 10 second. Excuse me, 4 second shield, 10-second cooldown. So you can have this up fairly often. You know, you're going to get a lot of, if you're within your team, you know, you will get a lot of value from that. The shield isn't anything overwhelming, but it's enough that over time, you know, it'll mitigate quite a bit of damage, especially if you can hit, you know, multiple team members all at once. Now here's an interesting one, Smite. Rake the area for 328 damage. Allies moving through the target area gain 25 increased movement speed. So, alright. You see there's the movement speed we get, so anybody walking through it is going to be faster. So, the interesting thing is, this is your main source of damage. This is your main poke. I mean, you don't really do a whole lot of damage with Eldraine's Might. It's not really used for the damage so much as it is the mobility. This is a 6-second cooldown, and it does, you know, for 6 seconds, it does a nice chunk of damage. It does it in an AoE. It's kind of a main source of damage. But it also is used, you know, to kind of engage quickly or disengage quickly. So you could, if your team is about to dive in, you can throw this down and they can move in faster. Or if they're, you know, they're running away, you can like throw this in front of them and then they can get away. So this is, you've got to be, you've got to place this in the right spot to get the most value out of it. Sometimes you might not want to use it for the damage, but you might want to use it to kind of move in or get away more quickly. You see, he doesn't do a whole lot of damage. Like, Tyrael is not a high damage character. He's a guy who's just going to go in there. You're going to want him to draw some fire. You're going to want to shield some stuff. You see the shield even affects the minions, so that's kind of nice. I mean, it's really all your allies, so that's really good. But you're not going to, you know, you're really not going to have a lot of CC. It's just a weird thing for a tank to be. Plus, your trade is crap. He's just, I don't know where he sits right now. Like I said, I'm not a huge fan of him. I never really got the feel for his playstyle, personally. It didn't resonate with me. That's just, you know, my personal opinion. There are other tanks that I think I would rather play with that do what he does and does it a little bit better. But enough shitting on Tyrael. Let's take a look at his ults.
Choose a talent.
He's got two. First one is Judgment.
Choose a talent.
See this range here? It's decent range. 70-second cooldown. After 3/4 of a second, charge the enemy hero. You deal 342 damage, and you stun them for 1 second. And anybody else gets knocked away. So in that, you see that big circle area there? Anybody in that area, they're going to get knocked away. They're going to take a little bit of damage. This can be great for picking somebody off. If somebody overextends, you can charge in and stun them. Hopefully your team can follow up on that. That can be pretty big. You know, you can really, if you want to, if your team's about to dive in, there's a team fight, you can dive in, you can focus, you know, target the one guy you're going to focus, and everyone else is going to get bumped away for a second, so it gives you the opportunity to kind of get a pick that way. It's a really good ult. I see, you know, when I do see Tyrael, that's usually what I see just because it's fun to use. You do have to make sure if you're going to use it to engage and dive in that your team is going to follow you. Otherwise, you're just sitting there then in the middle of the team, and then, you know, then you'll be in trouble. You know, you can, of course, you could do stuff like throw Eldraine out, dive in, and then if you're in trouble, kind of port back out. So there are things that you can do with it. You can definitely play very mobile with that. So you do have some escape routes if you choose to play it that route. Alternatively, we have Sanctification. Oh man, so here we go. After a half second, create a field of holy energy that makes allied heroes invulnerable. Super, I mean, it's just, this can be a tide turner. So very short range, like very, very short range. But let's watch this. Boom. Everybody's invulnerable. Whee! I mean, you see, you know, you can take a look. Like, I can definitely come out of that aura and in back into the aura. So they do have to stay in the aura, but just anybody in here will be unable to be killed. They won't take any damage. It definitely can turn the tide of a battle. If you're up against a team that's gonna do like a lot of wombo combo type stuff, and just you can drop this down, and suddenly it's like, oh man, I'm not gonna be hit anymore. It's crazy good. So just to be clear, you see, I'm not invulnerable unless I'm actually in the thing. So that's the only downside, is that it's a very short area. You have to stay within this circle in order to reap the benefits. I think that's why, I mean, it's a very, very, very powerful talent, but I think that's why you'll see Judgment used more often when you do see Tyrael at all. Let's take a quick run through some of the talents real fast, and we'll dive into the game. Level 1, Purge Evil. Smite deals 30% more damage to heroes. I mean, like I said, this is still going to be your main source of damage as Tyrael, your main source of poke, so that's pretty good. Your other two abilities are bound off your trait, which I think is still crap, so I wouldn't want to trait my crap. Regen Master, maybe if you want it, you'll get better regen and increased health if you cap it off at 30. I think per Jeeble you're going to get the most value out of. Level 4. Here's a good one. Herodic Reforging. If Eldruin's Might hits an enemy, its cooldown is reduced. 12-second cooldown. You see there by default. So if you do tag an enemy,
Choose a talent. Choose a
I'm
talent.
not gonna manage. I got cooldowns off anyway. There you go. If you do tag an enemy, it reduces the cooldown. So that's nice. Having this, it's not too difficult to hit this. So having this up more often is pretty solid. I don't like, your basic attacks healing you. I don't think you're not going to be the main source of your self-sustain, and you really should have a support. Maybe in a quick match you can take it. I don't know. Alternatively, Swift Retribution increases Smite's movement speed by 10% and duration by a second. So that could be good too. It's 35% movement speed for 3 seconds as opposed to 2. Yeah, so that could be good for the extra mobility. Level 7. Reciprocate's really solid. When Righteousness expires, it explodes for 403 damage to nearby enemies. I should probably take it.
Choose a talent.
There you go. You see that? So it doesn't even have to break. It just needs to expire. So that's just if you're going to be in the middle of a fight, like you're a warrior, you're going to be in the shit of it, in the middle of the shit, so to speak. That's just some extra burst damage, some extra AoE damage that you can use. Interesting choices here. Angel's Grace, after teleporting, you gain movement speed, so that's good. That could be for 3 seconds. Increase the duration. So there are kind of two kind of paths to go. If you want to go more offensive, Reciprocate. If you want to be super defensive, Zealotry. Increase the duration of Righteousness by 50% and reduce its cooldown by 2 seconds. It's only a 10-second cooldown to begin with. So instead of being a 4-second duration, 10-second cooldown, it is now a 6-second duration with a 8-second cooldown. So that could be really strong too. If nobody's breaking through your shields, that could be pretty powerful to keep you up, make you hard to kill. Talked about the ults. At 13, I think you got really 2 choices, personally. Burning Rage. Burning Rage is just your standard Burning Rage talent. You're going to be in the middle of things, you're just going to take damage. It's basically free damage. It'll give you a little bit of extra wave clear, so that's nice as well. Interestingly enough, you have Angelic Absorption. Enemies that attack Tyrael while shielded will grant you health over 4 seconds, so that could be a little bit of extra, self-sustain. I'm not a fan of Angelic Might. I think the abilities, personally, again, I could be wrong. If you're a Tyrael player and you're any good, yell at me and tell me what I'm doing wrong. I will gladly take the advice. But I personally think if you're taking the talents to increase his damage, then those are kind of like trap talents. Maybe in a quick match setting if that's what you want to do. But I do think Tyrael's role is to kind of just be in the middle of things and drop fire. Level 16. Level 16. Holy Ground is interesting. Let's go through. Let's look at that. We'll just take this one. Holy Ground is interesting. Create a ring that blocks enemies from entering the area when teleported. So there you go. There's your thing. Now if I come back here, this actually blocks them from entering. So no enemies. Let's see if I can do it on the hero. Let's see if it looks like. There, you see he gets knocked away. So this is impenetrable terrain for enemies to walk through. So that could be really solid if you're trying to like invade a merc camp. You throw that down, suddenly maybe you'll be able to, enemy won't be able to get through, you steal the camp. There are a lot of uses for that. You can use that to prevent enemies from tracking somebody down. You can use that to prevent enemies from escaping. There are a lot of uses for Holy Ground. Alternatively, Salvation's pretty solid too. Each allied hero that is affected increases Tyrael's shield amount by 45%. So you can have if you shield a lot of your team, you could have a very powerful shield yourself. So that's pretty nice. Also, Reciprocate. I'm fairly certain that Reciprocate will also explode on your ally shields. Somebody quote me on that. Actually, let's go take a look. I think that's what it does. Let's see if we get. Maybe I can't tell. I can't tell actually. Maybe I can go tell with Malfurion. He's about to go. I guess I'm a liar. I thought it was your teammate shields too, but I could be wrong. I guess I'll assume not. Like I'm going to assume not for the time being. It's been a while since I played Tyrael, so maybe they've changed it. Maybe I'm just making stuff up. I'm going to assume it doesn't, and maybe we'll find out. Yeah, but otherwise, Salvation increases the shield amount. I think you already shield yourself for a pretty solid amount, but if you shield more teammates, then you'll get a bigger shield, and that could be good for defensive play. Level 20. I'm not a fan of Angel of Justice. If you're taking Judgment, I mean, The cast range is whatever. I think the cooldown is where you're going to go. 40-second reduction, a 70-second cooldown by default, I believe. So that'll be a quick cooldown, so that could be useful. Holy Arena is interesting. Increases the duration of sanctification by 1 second, and increases the damage of allies by 25%. So again, you still have to stay within the circle, but now it is a 3-second thing. And whoops, I'm sorry. Last is a 4-second thing. I take that back. I'm looking at the wrong time. 4-second thing, but also increases the damage of your allies. So if you've got everyone all grouped up, that could be pretty solid just for the damage boost. If you're not going to go one of these two, Nullification Shield is probably the way to go. Activate to gain 60 spell armor for 6 seconds. You know, they sort of tried to position Tyrael as like an anti-mage tank with the spell armor, except he doesn't have a whole lot of anti-spell abilities other than the armor. I'm not a huge, again, I'm basically shitting on what they've done with Tyrael. He'll combo pretty well, you know, as usual with another warrior that's got some actual CC. You don't have any real CC yourself. You know, the supports are nice. You're gonna watch out for people who can, you know, super mobile heroes. You're not gonna do a whole lot of damage. So you know, that's anybody with high health you have to watch out for. You're gonna need help with. He'll combo very well because of the shields. He'll combo well with heroes. Any hero that is good with a shield, he'll combo with. Your Illidan's, your Kerrigans, your Tracers, your Valas, anybody like that that he can help. You know, you don't get any lifesteal from the shield, like you do with Tassadar, but anybody with shield will be pretty great. That it works out. So anyhow, we'll use Sanctification here just for the fun of it. Alright, that's enough of that. Anyway, let's hop into a game. We're going to see what we can do. We're going to hope that we don't get to use the trait at all. and then I play so well that I never get to use the trait. We'll see how it goes. Let's drop back into here. Okay, quick match. We're going to play some Tyrael. It's a quick match, so who knows what we're going to get. You know, we're not going to get a good comp. I don't even know what kind of comp you draft him into. It's that kind of thing. So we get a Medivh, a Ragnaros, a Samaro, and a d.va. It's alright. So we've got a decent survivability-based team, at least. d.va can last a while. d.va is level 26, so maybe I will stand corrected. We'll see how that plays out. Ragnaros can be solid. Samaro is interesting on this map because he can run around and grab some mercs. They have an Arthas, Samaro, a Muradin, a d.va, and a Tassadar. Yeah, they're going to be super hard to kill. Between all of the health and then the shields, they're going to be very, very difficult to kill. They're not going to have... I'm not going to say they're not going to have damage. I don't know what builds they're going to... Muradin could spec for damage. Arthas could spec for damage too. He could go kind of a bruiser build and build in a Frostmourne Hungers. I don't know about this. This could be one of those weird games with not a lot of deaths. I'm not sure how this one's going to play out, actually, now that I think about it. I think the Arthas is going to be tough. Ragnaros can get some poke. They definitely have better CC. That's for damn sure. Muradin can stun, Arthas can root. He's got the slow. I think Medivh has got the protects. I mean, both teams are going to be not the easiest to kill. I think the enemy team is going to be harder to kill. I don't know how that'll work out. We'll see how this goes. We'll see how they spec. I might go offensive in that case just because I'm going to go Purge Evil anyway.
My fate must be a bright one.
But I might try to go a more offensive style build with this. Just because of the tankiness of the team, and this be one of those like any damage might be good damage. I don't know how this will work out. They were a 4-stack except for who was it? Whoops, they were a 4-stack except for Tassadar. We had a couple. I think the Medivh, the Rag, excuse me, I'm losing my voice. I think the Medivh, the Rag, and the d.va were on a team on our team. I don't know. I'm the only one going mid. I'm gonna play it safe. Let's cycle up. I bet you they're going to make a beeline for the Watchtower anyway. So if these three are going to stay together the whole time, I mean, that might help the d.va out, but it's definitely going to change the dynamic of the game. Yeah, so here comes, they're in the watchtower. Medivh's flying overhead. There was another, I saw one hero over here. There he is. Who's that? That is Murden. Like, I can't really hurt him. Like, I can't kill Murden. I gotta be careful, because I can't kill Murden. He'll just jump away and heal. So, like, at this point, my job, I'm just gonna sit here. I'm gonna get stunned. Just do a little bit of damage. See, he'll out tank me. Like I can't face him 1v1. I just want to do a little bit of damage. Let's see what he went. So Arthas went Frost Presence, and he's already got 3 stacks in that already. That's not so great. Murden went Block, which I don't think makes a difference. Maybe against Samara it'll be useful. I mean, I'm glad that he didn't go Stormbolt. He's already got 5. What is going on down there? Where is Arthas, and where is he rooting people? Holy crap.
Justice be done. Understood.
Prepare for Warhead deployment.
Alright, so we got a Warhead down here. Also, another thing I did mention, I forgot, Tyrael, especially in the early game, a little mana heavy. If you're going to be spamming your abilities, got to be careful about that. Yeah, I don't know how this is going to work out. Samara is gonna hearth. I'm not going to be able to get this against 2 people.
Collection is advised.
I need to bail out. Like, I can't. Here comes our D.va. She's at low health. We're going to come over here. This is going to be one of those weird fights. Alright, D.va goes to bail out. Let's go Herodic Reforging. We're going to stop that cooldown.
Now I'll show them.
I have no mana now. Like, and now I need to bail out. Yeah, I can't do anything. They're going to get that easily. D.va needs to run away because she's going to get killed. There really isn't much that we can do. We've already lost the bottom one. This is what I was worried about. Alright, so D.va picked it up. Our D.va will get her mech back in just a second. We lost. Well, that wasn't the best fire in the world, but we'll take it. Who's got the other nuke? The other nuke is their D.va. I would love it if our D.va doesn't get killed and goes back into her mech.
Without delay.
Just, our D.va's gonna get killed. Like, that's just not a good place to be. It's just not a good place to be.
Understood.
She's gonna get stunned and she's gonna get killed, and I can't do anything. Like, I have no CC, so I can't stop it. Like, I don't know what she's doing. Ugh. She was just asking to get killed, is what I think it was. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this is just a Smurf. What do I know?
I must act.
So D.va did drop the nuke off. There we go. I can't. Whoop. Let's go reciprocate and see what we can get out of that. Oops.
Ejecting.
I will bring order to chaos. I must act.
We'll just sit here. We'll get some attacks on these minions. Here's a healing globe. I'm gonna hearth actually.
I'm going to pull back.
They've already blown up our bottom keep, our bottom fort, and they're pressuring our keep,
I must act.
which is just not so great. They're a level ahead, which makes sense at the rate that they're doing things. Only 2 to 3 deaths so far. Samara's got a hearth again. Tassadar, like, of all the people Tassadar is pushing bottom, like, by himself. It's just silly. It's just absolutely silly.
Our time is short.
Let's see what's going on here.
To battle.
Where did he go? He invised, and he invised
Warhead
top.
deployment in process.
Finally.
And he goes, gets the kill. Okay, there's the kill. Do need to watch out.
The warheads are ready.
I'm gonna throw that down. Now we get it. We come right back in. Now we're in the middle of. There's a kill on Murden. Very good. I'm gonna come up here, but I'm not gonna get anything. We did get the nuke though, which is nice. We've got 2 nukes on the bottom. I didn't pick up a nuke, so I'm gonna head down. Another thing I gotta worry about. We have got all kinds of action going on up here. I'm gonna go with Judgment because again, I'm gonna go offensive.
Remain steadfast.
So I'm gonna get this nuke without any problem. Samaro is gonna come down and try to pick the other one up.
Warhead collection confirmed.
He is not going to get it.
Nuclear silence.
I can't do much here. That's the problem. He's
Eternity awaits us.
yeah. Tassadar took the damage talent, and he's already capped it, which is crazy.
My mana is low.
And I need to bail out because I am in trouble. That was not a good play by Samaro. He had no health. Just not very smart to go dive in there. I know he had the ult, but we're not going to be able to do anything against Tassadar, and that we are so boned.
Not enough mana.
Well, I'm going to get to use my trait.
You have fallen.
Absolutely no value from that. I don't know where my team was. Were they dead? Like, I was running around all over there. I had no support whatsoever. God damn. Alright, so Ragnaros is going to push top.
I have reformed.
He went Kala's Embrace? Kala's Embrace.
Understood.
Yeah, very difficult to kill this team. We're going to come over here. Leyline Seal, okay.
The spirits say it is not your time yet.
Just ridiculous. Where did d.va go? Why is d.va over here? Like... None of this makes sense to me. This is one of those games where I'm just like, Jesus Christ. Okay, so d.va dropped down, but she's probably going to live. She almost killed... yeah, I was gonna say, she's gonna kill Medivh. That nuke is still there. The nuke is still there.
Choose a talent.
None of this is just... We'll go Burning Rage. d.va's gonna take the nuke. She's gonna get the nuke. I'm not necessarily comfortable with that, but not much I can do about it now.
Evil will be rooted out. I must act.
Oops, that was not where I wanted to teleport to. She's just asking to get herself killed, that's for sure.
Remain steadfast.
Slow people down. Not much I can do there.
Warheads inbound. Countdown activated.
I have ruin's light. Remain steadfast.
Yeah, so that's one.
Warheads available for collection now.
That's one if I had support, we would have had a d.va kill there.
I must retreat.
Ugh.
Warheads have now been collected.
That's just silly. Like, that's just silly. Alright, d.va's gonna drop her nuke. Alright. This game is just ridiculous.
Destroyed.
So they've got a 2-level lead. We're about to lose our healing fountain. There's not much I can do about it.
Launch. Enemy nuke launched.
We're gonna lose our fort, and there isn't much that I can do about it. Yeah, there that goes.
Keep lost.
Our time is short.
The enemy is attacking our core.
I don't even think this is Tyrael. This is just the team. The team, I don't know what they're doing. So they bailed out. I will bet you soup to nuts they're gonna pick up that siege camp in just a second. I'm gonna swing by there. Not that I can do anything about it, but I'm gonna swing by there and see if that's the plan. They've not. I'm surprised. Let's go take it then, because why not?
Enemy nuke launched.
Let's not help me, Mediv. That's fine. No big deal.
Our fort has fallen.
Like, what are you doing, boys? Alright, there's the kill there. So we were able to lock down that Arthas. Thankfully we had follow-up. We also got the d.va kill, so that's nice. We're gonna go Holy Ground. I don't know how much use I'm gonna get out of it, but we're gonna go Holy Ground anyway. Ooh, that's too bad. That would have been good. That would have been a good use for Holy Ground to try to keep people in the nuke. Although she took nuclear options, so it's gonna just explode after forever anyway. Everyone's alive again.
Beginning. Prepare for collection.
Oh, who got killed? Samaro got killed. Okay, very good. Now, I'm low. I'm gonna see if I can sneak this this nuke in there. With Samaro dead, there's nobody here.
Update. Warheads have been deployed.
Samaro's gonna get the bottom nuke. Now we lost our Ragnaros, so that's not so great. All right.
You may launch when ready.
Understood.
Your spirit will
God
return
damn it.
shortly.
There's the value out of that. Look at that. d.va is not going to be able to stop that interrupt. Looks like the mercs, the minions stopped the interrupt, so that's nice. She does. This is, I mean, interesting exchange here. If 1v1,
Warhead
she'll
collection
probably
complete.
win on Muradin
Prepare
if
for next
Muradin
round.
doesn't stun her. But then there we go. So that actually worked out quite nicely. She could have gotten killed if somebody else jumped in on her. I got 10 seconds till I'm up.
We have lost.
So we lost a fort. They've got 2 buildings that are just inches from dying. Samaro's gonna pick up the nuke. Does get the nuke. Okay.
Understood.
We're gonna come over here. They get another. That was a nice attempt, Rag, at that.
Enemy nuke launched.
Oh, that was not what I wanted to do. Oh, that was funny. Not quite the intended plan there.
Keep lost.
We got Arthas though. That was surprising. We're gonna just block these people out because I don't want to deal with this.
I must retreat for now. I don't
Yeah, we're gonna have to retreat. They're taking our core. Tassadar is just like, screw you guys, I'm gonna go core. And they're gonna do it too. That's just silly.
I will bring order to chaos.
We're gonna come over here. Samaro is gonna go this way. He's got that. We do get tasks. Okay, let's go. I'm gonna go take this. I'm surprised nobody's gone boss yet. This game is weird.
Choose a talent.
I'm gonna give up. I'm just gonna go Angel of Justice. I'm just gonna cast Judgment all the times. That's my plan now.
Light the way.
Sure, let's do it.
Well done.
Let's do it. Are they going boss? That's a good peek. Nobody there. Okay. I don't think this is a good idea. I don't think this is a good idea. I don't think it's a good idea at all. I don't think anything we've done is a good idea though, so maybe let's do it.
Warhead deployment nearing completion.
We're gonna have to port back in a little bit because they're gonna tear our... Alright. I'm gonna hurt back. I mean, we're gonna have to block that. They get... maybe not.
The enemy is attacking our core.
Warheads deployed. Form an orderly line for collection of your convenience.
I really hope Samaro can handle those mercs.
Your strike is true.
Kill against Samaro. So he did handle those mercs for a little while at least. The Deeb gets killed. Arthas gets killed. Lots of trading. We're gonna pick up this nuke over here.
Warhead connected.
I'm just gonna Hearth. I'm not even gonna bother.
Nuclear silo armed.
Ragnaros, I didn't see where he got picked. Thankfully, Samaro has been pretty good on the defense detail. d.va looks like she's gonna contest this nuke on the bottom. She's not gonna win though because she's got too many people there, and there's not much that I can do. My plan is to just drop this nuke and run away, just because I don't want it in my possession.
Without delay.
There we go.
Nuclear launch detected.
d.va does get killed, which is about what I expected. They have a clear path to core. That little worries me.
Complete. Warheads fully deployed.
We're gonna go see what we can do. I just don't trust that they're not going core. I guess they're not. There they are. I knew they were nearby. Hello, friends. They're going after the fire bats. We can't do anything there. We're not gonna get there in time. Alright, well, we stole the camp, which is funny.
Rise again.
Oh, I got
Take
killed.
your revenge.
There's me getting killed. Yeah, it's man, this team is just... Is it really just a bot? Is that what it was? I don't know what he's talking about. Like, that's gonna be game. Yeah, everyone's dead, and there's Cord. So that was awful. You guys...
MVP.
Well, everyone is talking crap. mostly they're all wrong. Yeah. Mostly they're all wrong. I'm going to report the Medivh. And that's fine. I'm going to give props to that Tassadar because he was there. That was a stupid game. Let's look at that real quick. We've got some time. This was a quick one. Yup, that was shit. Got a level though, yeah, great. Let's see here. So first off, you're getting a report for being a jerk. That's really all that was. So yeah, let's look at the stats. So some of the D was talking crap. I mean, yeah, he got lots of hero damage, died 7 times. I don't know about that. I don't know if he was great or not. The Samaro got a lot of XP because the Samaro was the one going back to core all the time to try and protect it. So that kind of worked out there. I don't think the team was very good. I don't think the team across the board was very good. This d.va was bad. I think the Ragnaros was bad. I think the Medivh wasn't great either. I don't think the team was very good at all. And unfortunately, when you stack that on this team, that Tassadar was really good. That Tassadar was solid. I'm gonna go over his talents too. The Tassadar was really solid. And this was just a difficult comp to play against. Like, we didn't have a whole lot of damage to do anything to Muradin. We didn't have a whole lot of there wasn't much that I could do. There wasn't much that I could do personally. You know, 4 kills, 4 deaths. It was just not good at all. I mean, that was just kind of the state of the game. Let's take a look. So I'll show you over what I did. Purge Evil. Smite deals 30% more damage to heroes. I went damage to try to do as much as I could. I was going to go Purge Evil anyway, but yeah, extra damage. Level 4, if Eldurine's Might hits an enemy hero, its cooldown is reduced. I wanted to have this up as often as possible. Reciprocate. When righteousness explodes or expires, it deals some damage. Judgment. I went Judgment. Would Sanctification been better? Sanctification? Maybe? Maybe? I don't know. I mean, we got 1 or 2 kills with Judgment, but that's about it. Burning Rage. Holy Ground. And then, which creates the Impassable Ring. And then I went extra Judgment. I figured, let's go more Judgment. We'll cast it as much as possible. I don't know if there were better choices there. Maybe I could have gone all defensive. We didn't have... I wanted to go more defensively. I like to go more defensively as Tyrael, but we didn't have any damage. We didn't have any... Let's look at this. Look at this. No damage. No damage. I outdamaged the Samaro. I almost outdamaged the d.va. And I wasn't that far off from the Ragnaros, who's supposed to give us all our damage. So... yeah. Not a lot going on there. I like the Tassadar build with the Kala's Embrace. Here's the other thing. This is the other thing. They stacked up their quests so fast. They were 5 minutes in, and this guy had his quest done. Samaro basically had his quest done. Tassadar had his quest done. I mean, all of these guys, and they weren't up against me, so all of these guys must have just stood in all the shit. Shift. Yeah, he went Kala's Embrace. He went the extra range. Basically, he just went to stand there. Tassadar went to stand there and shoot things build, and it worked out for him because nobody did anything. So that's what it was. So that's Tyrael. I think you get the idea now why I personally think he's really down on the list. I mean, you kind of caused some havoc. You could port around a little bit. I imagine people can play him better than I can, but I don't. I mean, what? When people dived in on my team, there really wasn't a whole lot I could do. I could slow them. I could make my team a little bit faster if they decided to run away, which half the time they didn't. This d.va build, by the way, I can't stand it. I don't like nuclear option. I don't like nuclear option at all. Maybe it's got its uses. It's just you're using nuclear option to zone people out, not to actually get any kills. That's just my thing. So there's that. Yeah. So anyway, I got sidetracked. There's Tyrael. You don't really have any hard CC. We didn't have any CC in this game. They had more CC than we did. When they dived in, there really wasn't anything I can do. I can't stop d.va from getting into her mech. I can't stop her other than Judgment. I can't stop her from getting into her mech. I can't stop her from hitting self-destruct. It really wasn't much that I was able to do. So that's Tyrael in a nutshell. Not a fan of him. Not a fan of his at all. I don't think he's a great. I don't think he's a great tank. Maybe as a bruiser. Maybe I wouldn't take him as a main tank for sure. Like we definitely needed a secondary tank here. to cover some CC. Like they had two frontline tanks, and then d.va, and then we had Tyrael, and then a bunch of terrible people. So yeah, anyhow, that's unfortunate, but that's also what happens when you play Quickmatch at 2 in the morning. C'est la vie. My name's Conman. Hope you saw some stuff there. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. Take care.